In this recording, we're going to assess the view that sociology can and should be a science. Science is displaced by rational scientific explanations based on empirical evidence derived from observation and experiments, logical thought and reasoning. Positivists, interpretivists, Popper, Kuhn and realists all have different views on the issue of whether sociology is a science or not. A key factor in this debate is how science is viewed. Positivists like Comte and Durkheim believe that science is based on inductive methodology. We need to use objective statistical data to look for correlations and causal relationships. If it is objective, it is able to reveal universal laws. Sociology is a science, as the logic and methods of the natural science can be applied to the study of society. For instance, Durkheim studied suicide official statistics to investigate what causes a person to commit suicide, and he found that suicide was influenced by levels of regulation and integration. However, Douglas and Atkinson would argue that Durkheim's approach ignored the importance of meaning and how official figures might have been socially constructed. Popper believed that science is not based on verificationism, it's based on falsification. A good theory is one, in principle, that is falsifiable but stands up to all attempts to disprove it. There is no such thing as the objective truth. Most sociology is unscientific because its theories could not, under any circumstance, be proved false. For example, Marx's theories of a revolution has not happened. However, Popper believes that sociology can be scientific by producing a hypothesis that could be tested and in principle be falsified. However, Freya Abend believes that scientists do not always follow the scientific method, as they often follow their own rules, and Kaplan believes that many discoveries are made almost by accident, and cheating is fairly common because there is little chance of being caught, as little attempt is made to verify the worth of other scientists. Kuhn believes that scientists are not open-minded as positivists claim. They operate with a set of assumptions, and he called this paradigms. Most of the time, scientists are puzzle solving with the paradigm, and they are not involved with falsification in the way Popper claimed. Scientists are not open, critical, and rational. They are just conformists and blinded by the paradigm until a scientific revolution occurs. Sociology is divided into different perspectives and is currently in a pre-paradigmatic and pre-scientific stage. Sociology could only be a science if disagreements were solved. However, it would be impossible to solve all the disagreements, as there are even disagreements between different perspectives, such as Marxism and feminism, and postmodernists would argue that a paradigm in sociology is not desirable because it would be too much like a meta-narrative. Interpretivism, and one type of this is phenomenology, believes that science is a social construction as it is too influenced by factors other than the search for the objective truth. Sociology can never be scientific because human behaviour is meaningful and unpredictable, and meanings and motives can't be observed. Atkinson follows the ethnomethodologist view of interpretivism, and he looked at the difference between how coroners define suicide. He concluded that suicide is a social construct due to it being due to other people's interpretations and meanings. Interpretivists prefer qualitative, ethnographic methods which focus on people and place emphasis on veracity and validity. Positive methods are rejected as a result in the sociologist's view of the world being imposed on the research subjects. Realists like Sayer disagree with the positivist definition of science, which sees it being centered on control and observable cause. Many sciences are theorizing about phenomena which are difficult or impossible to observe, detect and predict, for example open sciences like astronomy. Sociology can be seen as a science because it is largely concerned with developing models of underlying structures which are unobservable but can be evaluated and modified. For example, social class can't be observed directly, but its effect can be measured, so sociology could be seen as an open science, and structural sociology could also be seen as scientific. However, interpretivists would argue that sociology is not science because meanings are not observable. However, realists would come back at this and say that this is no barrier to studying meanings scientifically. So in conclusion, science is not objective, so why should sociology be? Science has ideals and research does not match, and realists have a better, more scientific way.